Hey friends, it's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk all things 2023 planners. If you watched my 2022 planner lineup video, which I will link in the description box, you know I did a lot of planner hopping in 2022. I think my biggest takeaway is that I need right now a mix of freedom to bullet journal, to take notes, to have some flexibility in how I lay out my days and document my plans, but also the structure of knowing that I don't just have an empty book. That predated planner style in theory is perfect for me where I am right now. I just need it to be presented in a way that is flexible and meets my needs where I'm at. After a lot of hopping around last year, I think that I found a system this year that is going to support all of the different ways that I note take, plan, and organize my mess of a life. Today I'm going to walk you through 4 different books that I'm planning on using in the new year. 2 of those books are kind of like in a battle between each other, and only one of them will end up in my lineup. As of filming the flat lay portion of this video, I didn't know which book it was, but I do know what book that is now, and I will tell you that at the end of the video. And I'm also going to show you one of the journals that I'm going to be using, because almost equally as important as planning ahead to me is documenting the present. So I'm trying a new journal in the new year that I'm really excited about. I've never tried a journal in this style before, and it's also really pretty. I know you all are just here to see the planner, so I'm going to show you the desk view of all the things that I'm planning on using in the new year, and then I will pop back in for some final thoughts. I'm going to start with the 2 things that I know for sure are a part of my system. One is this green Hobonichi Weeks Mega. If you watched my 2022 system recap video, you know that I started using a regular Hobonichi Weeks and I absolutely fell in love with the system. So I decided to bring this into my 2023 system. It just works so well. It's this green color, which I love green. I don't love this shade of green, but all of the colors for the Mega Weeks this year were just not calling to me. So I might put like some paper in here just to cover this like I've done with other planners in the past. I have on a clear cover from Lauren Phelps Designs. But I just love this book. One, I am a Tomoe River paper girl. I love the way that the paper feels, how it handles my pens. I have started doing some December stuff in here, but I haven't really officially moved in. This is the English version, so Hobonichi is a Japanese planner company, but this year some of their books are now available in English that were once only available in Japanese. So that means that all of the quotes on the pages that you've always gotten are now in English. Having the quotes and everything in Japanese never really bothered me, but I know it bothered some other people. And now all these extra spreads they give you in the back of the book are also in English. So there is a My 100. I've written down some ideas on post-its for how I want to use some of these spreads. So it's just a list with 100 empty spaces that you can check off. I think I'm going to use this as a media tracker to track the books, TV shows, and movies that I watch throughout the year. A favorite things one, which I'm excited to fill out. And then the back is just to put some planner info, and then all their planners have a serial number on the back so you know like which book is uniquely yours. But my goal for this book is to have it be the one book that if I try a million other systems in 2023, this book is the archive. I love that this is a low maintenance planner. It really is just like your months and your weeks and like these blank pages where I typically brain dump and like track some things. So it's not a lot for me to keep up with throughout a year. And I got the Mega version this year, so where the standard version has 75 blank pages, this one has, I think, 215. So my goal is to turn the first 2 pages into an index and to put any annual trackers, like I usually do a tracker for my cycle. Sometimes I do one for content and social media. Have those live here. So that way, even if I switch my main planner later in the year, I know that I have this. And this is also just the most portable planner. I can fit this in almost any bag that I'm taking with me. It basically is the size of a wallet. So it will come with me when I travel, when I'm on the go. And I know that I have all the essential info that I need with me without having to worry about if I've switched books recently or or migrating anything, this is the source of truth for 2023. 2023 is also an exciting year for me. I'm turning 30 in March, and I feel like just the start of another decade of life always feels really exciting. I have had my eye on one of these journals for the longest time. This is a Midori 5-year journal. First of all, she is just stunning. It has this beautiful embroidery on the front. It came in a clear cover, which you can slip on and off. I'm gonna keep it on because I want to protect the embroidery, but I will now take this out. And just so you can see, like, the whole book, it's just really pretty. Feeling the texture of these flowers, like, it looks like a storybook that you would want to put on your shelf and remember and reach for and flip through for years and years and years. And I'm really grateful that it came with this clear cover, so you know that it is safe. It's pretty, like, heavy because it's hardcover and because it has 5 years worth of pages in it, but I still think it is small enough because it's like this B6 slim size that Midori is known for, to be like relatively portable. When you open the book up, it has a place for you to write the start date and the end date. So I will start this January of 2023. And the first page is a prologue page where you kind of write like a little, maybe like a wish or an intention for how you hope each of the years will go. And they're all blank. So even if you aren't a person who can like keep up with a journal year over year, there's a lot of flexibility in this book. So zoom on in. So each of these columns has a 20 something. So I would write 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. If those are the years that I am chronologically writing in. And this next page just has kind of like one line for each day of the month, where you could use this to write like a daily gratitude, a highlight, a person, a memory. You have a lot of flexibility for how you fill these pages. And then every single day for that month has a few lines for you to just write a snapshot of that day. And when you're done, you'll look back and you'll be able to look at what happened on January 1st for 5 years, January 2nd for 5 years, and so on and so on. I am so excited to be able to just like chronicle the first 5 years of my 30s. I think that will be either really fun or really chaotic to look back on. And I'm excited to just have one book that tracks all of that stuff. It's such a great memory keeping tool, and yeah, I'm really glad I picked this up, and I can't wait to dive into it. And then the last page, similar to that front page, you get an epilogue, so you can write like an ending or to be continued or what you hope the next year will bring at the end of each year. So I'm excited for this, especially, like I said, to chronicle all of the 30 madness. I've never done a 5-year journal before, but this one I think is going to be pretty doable, so I'm excited to just jump into that journey. All right, so this is where the chaos begins. If you watched my 2022 planner recap video, you know that I used a B6 Stalogy as a bullet journal for the majority of this year, and throughout the entire year I was basically in a bullet journal system. But right now I'm no longer a full-time freelancer, and my priorities and day-to-day is a little bit different, and bullet journaling isn't calling to me as much as it used to. I appreciate a little bit more structure, and in the past dated books haven't worked for me as well, but now with things like the Hobonichi weeks, I see more use and more success in using a dated system. I have 2 B6 size planners here, one of which will become my main planner for 2023. I'm not sure which it's going to be, and like I said, today is December 22nd, so a little bit of time left to make some choices, but not that much time. So let's dig into each of these books. First is this gorgeous daily planner from Papermood. It has a Lauren Phelps design cover on it, so I have the gold foil floral of the planner with this white floral motif happening. It's just, I think it looks really pretty. This is a daily planner. You get a page for every single day of the year. I actually posted a reel where I did a flip through of this planner, so I don't want to go too deep in, but I love this planner. It has Tomoe River paper, it's B6 size, and it is set up essentially like a B6 size Hobonichi cousin, but without the weekly spreads, which I don't really need the weekly spreads because I use my Hobonichi weeks. So when you get into the book, you jump right into the monthly. You get like a year, you get some year overviews, and then you're in the monthly. And then just like a Hobonichi weeks, you get a page for every day. You have that really faint timeline down the side, literally just a page for every day. And this is perfect for the way that I've planned most of my days, where I end up like splitting the page almost in two, and I write today on one side and to do on the other. So this one side will end up being my schedule, appointments, deadlines, anything that is like a hard deadline that day or an event that day will be in that column. And then the to-do is more just like what I'm planning, what I'm working on, notes, a little bit of light journaling. And then I still have so much room on the bottom of the page usually where I'm able to write like just some general notes, feelings, that kind of stuff. All the monthlies are with the days instead of all the months being at the front of the book, which I do appreciate. So I started like adding some post-it notes, like, well, what would I be tracking for each month? And then you do get some blank grid pages in the back of the book for notes, or I could put like some trackers or things like that back here. So there's a lot of positives to this planner. I really like it. Definitely a strong contender. I'm leaning towards it. This planner doesn't start until January 1, so a couple weeks until I could add it to the rotation, but strong contender. The other strong contender for my 2023 main planner is this B6 size Franklin Covey organizer. This is another Japanese planner. I did have to order this from Amazon Japan. I have been interested in this planner for years, but I was very put off by the fact that you had to order it from Amazon Japan. It's literally not available in the state, and I thought that that sounded very daunting and a little overwhelming, but this was actually the easiest Amazon order I've ever done, and it came really, really quickly. I think I ordered it on a Friday, and I ordered it on a Wednesday night, and it was at my house the next Monday. So again, it's a B6 size planner. I have a clear Lauren Phelps Designs cover on it. I love that it's just a white book. It's so minimal. You can cover it with whatever, but if you have it out and about, you could add stickers to it or just have it by itself, and you know it's going to be really low key. It's a really like professional looking book, and it has a very good setup for the way that I plan my days. So unlike the other planner, you get your year at a glance, and then you do jump right into the months, but they are all grouped together at the start of the book. So this one does give you a December calendar, and then you jump into all of your monthlies. And then after your monthlies are done, it goes through, you get a future planning spread. So this is a kind of perpetual calendar where you could plan 2024, and then you get another one to plan the rest of 2024. So this is January to June, July to December. And then it starts with the weeks. So this one actually starts in 2022. I could start it on the 26th, which is just a few days away. But you get this spread throughout the entire book. So on every page on the left-hand side, it's a Monday start planner. You get what's called a weekly compass. So because this is a Japanese planner, a lot of this is in Japanese, but the writing is so minimal, it's really easy to overlook and override it and just kind of do whatever you want to do. So this section down here is labeled as being for your weekly task. So you could put anything that you were tracking here. What I think I would do is put task or like a brain dump on this side, and I always like to track like packages that are coming, so I know what to be on the lookout for. So I would probably write packages on this side. And then up here is space where, based on like things that I've seen online, this is supposed to be an area where you track like self-care, so something you're doing for yourself physically, spiritually, mentally. And this area is called roles, where you like break down all the things that you are, like daughter, mom, sister, friend, and then you would put how you're showing up in those roles this week. I would probably use this to track like just other like big brain dump ideas or ongoing projects or things I need to like know for that week here. Or even track like my weekly habits here, where you could have like one for the week. There's a lot of different ways. You could also like divide this into another column. It's a really flexible setup. And then this page is already set up kind of for how I'm tracking now, where you get the appointment schedule. So this would be my today section on the left. You get this daily note section, which would be my to-do section on the right. At the top here, it says activities. That could be anything from priority appointments to priority tasks. So this is really like ideal for how I set up. It kind of feels like this planner was made for me. I do get concerned about the amount of space available. I love that the Papermood planner gave me so much more room to just right and know that I would have space. It also has a smaller grid so I could fit a lot of information on a page. But I love the way that this is kind of like sectioned to help you prioritize and schedule. I think this would work really well for the way that my days look most days. It is the same layout throughout the entire book, and then at the very back of the book, you do get a couple of lined blank pages for any notes or anything like that. I've been doing some pen testing already to see how my pens would work. So because both of these are B6 size, and I know I love the B6 size, I did also pick up this B6 cover from Moterm. It's the B6 Plus, and both of these fit really well in this cover. So this one, slide it right in, has the pen loop here. I do think that if you put tabs on your planner, which I tend to, the pen loop might get in the way a little bit. I would have to see. This one fits perfectly in there, even with the clear cover really well. Chaos included, this is what it looks like my planner and journal system will be. All right, so it's been about a week since I have filmed the initial flat lay portion of this video, and I've made some decisions. And since filming that portion of the video, I've gone ahead and set up a cover for my weeks. This is a piece of just that decorative paper that I'd mentioned in my 2022 lineup video that I get from Paper Source. This particular one is by Rifle Paper Company. I liked it because it just depicts a bunch of different travel scenes. I used one sheet of the paper and I spread it across a few different projects. So we have London here. There's some of, I think that was Tokyo that got cut off on the bottom. On the back we have some Amsterdam, some Paris, more London, Bonsai Beach. Like, there's a lot of good scenes here. So that did help me handle the fact that I hated the shade of green that this planner was. It's just the most bright, grassy, neon green. But now I have this cute travel themed cover, which I like. I didn't do the best job of like measuring. You can still see some of the green kind of poking out at the top and the bottom, but I like it. I think it looks really good, and I'm excited to see this on my desk and in my bag in the new year. Now, in the flat lay, you saw that I was kind of battling between using the B6 Franklin Covey planner and the B6 Papermood 1 day per page cousin planner. I think that's what they call it. I have since made some choices, and just knowing the way that my planning is now, how I use my dailies, how I use monthlies, and how I can really rely on those extra notes pages in my Hobonichi Weeks Mega to kind of serve as space to brain dump and capture any of those yearly collections, I've decided to go with the B6 Papermood 1 day per page planner in 2023. I used that same paper to make a cover for this one, just like I did for my weeks. So it has other parts of that travel scene in it. So on this one, we get some New York, some Paris. Of course, I had to have a little bit of Paris on here. On the back, we get Mexico City. The Frida Kahlo Museum is on there. Notre Dame, Tokyo again, Statue of Liberty. So it's a really cute paper. I regret only getting one sheet because I feel like I may also want to cover future like brain dump books or like other personal journals that I may use in the new year. But I just love this paper. It's like such a good, colorful, but still kind of playing into my love for neutrals. It's not too bright. I love it. So these two books are the planners I will be using to keep me sane and organized. My weeks will be like my everyday carry. Everything will go in here: appointments, deadlines, birthdays, anniversaries, travel. I will use the back to set up some yearly collections, to track goals, to track notes and brain dumps, anything. So at any given point in all of 2023, if I'm wondering where is that thing, it should be in my weeks, no matter where else it lives. And then my Papermood planner will be my daily. So my daily to-do list, daily scheduling, any notes that I take during the day can all fit onto one of these daily spreads. And I'm so excited to use this planner. I am like itching to move into a new planner now. So much so that I started like planning in this one on a translucent sticky note because I'm just ready to like get in there. And then the Midori 5-year journal is just so pretty. It requires no notes, no additions, no covers, just the clear cover it came with to protect the embroidery. And I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. I think after with a journal like this, because it has so much space in it, it covers 5 whole years, I don't think you'll really start to see like the impact of it until you're about at least 2 years in. So I'm really excited to get started. All right, so that is my 2023 planner and journal lineup, keeping it as simple as I possibly can while still meeting all of my needs, and also just my love for putting pen to paper, knowing that I'm just always going to be a stationery girly. Let me know if any of these planners are in your 2023 lineup, what else is in your 2023 lineup, if you have questions about how this system works for me. I'm hoping to do some more planner flips throughout the year. It does get difficult just because I keep a lot of personal stuff in my planners that I can't always show online, but let me know what you guys are interested in seeing more of, and I will do my best as I work my way through both of these books. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Links to everything mentioned will be in the description box, as well as links to all of my socials where I've done some other flip throughs and posted more about some of these books. I hope that you all are having a very relaxing and restful holiday season. I hope that you're having a really calm entry into the new year, and that even if you are focused on your planning and organization systems and trying to get things on track and together, you're still giving yourself some grace and time to just reset and breathe and feel a little bit less pressure. That is all I have for you in this one, so I will see you all soon with another video.